What's up everyone, it's Adam from Life of Adam, team back with a brand new lifeguarding video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about mistakes lifeguards make that will eventually lead to them getting fired. This is a great video for this upcoming summer if you are a lifeguard and you plan on working, for things that you need to avoid in order for you to be successful. Now, before I dive into this, I make a bunch of lifeguarding videos about how to pass the course, how to pass the swimming test, how to do well on the job, basically everything you need to know. So definitely consider subscribing and liking the video to show your support to the channel. So here are my 5 bullet points. These are the 5 major mistakes that lifeguards make. They're the most common, and I guarantee you, if you do a couple of these things and you get caught repeatedly, it will not be a good look and it'll put your lifeguarding job at risk. And I definitely don't want that to happen to any of my viewers. Okay, so number 1, the most common mistake that lifeguards make that will get them fired is them not understanding their coverage and what to scan. Now, here's the thing about lifeguarding. This is a very important point, especially for pool lifeguards, is that just because something is happening outside of the water does not mean that's not your responsibility. It's still your zone. So if you're at a lifeguard stand and behind you, there's kids running around, hanging on the fence, trying to climb it, and they fall down and they hurt themselves and they hurt their neck or whatever, that's your responsibility, and you not noticing that and you not preventing that is on you. So make sure that when you are covering and you're scanning your zone, you understand that is the entire pool, even outside of the pool, all the blind spots along the bottom, the volume of the water, underneath the lifeguard stand, in the places where it's hard to see, where the sun's beaming down, that is still your responsibility. And I recommend you move around, find the right angles, and check blind spots frequently. And also, just one more point is that when it comes to coverage and scans, it's all about knowing the timing of things. When you rotate, when the zones change, when you're on break, how long your guard shift is, when are safety breaks enforced. These are things that really tie into the first point right here. So just make sure you do this. Now, the second thing on this list, and this is arguably the most important, is distractions. If you are lifeguarding with your friends, just make sure it's fine to joke around, have fun, be happy, but just make sure that your attention is on your work. It is watching the pool, it is preventing injuries. If you talk to someone who comes up to you and has questions, answer in a concise manner and keep your attention on the pool. One quick tip that you can say to them is that you can say, hey, I'm listening to you, but I'm just watching the pool. My attention needs to be on the water. Now, the worst thing on this entire list is being on your phone. If you are distracted because you are on your phone, and let's say your supervisor sees this, it is pretty much a 1 to 2 strike system. Once they see you on your phone, your freedom is completely gone. They're gonna be watching you a lot more. They're gonna be sneaking up on you just to make sure that you're doing your job. And that's not the dynamic you want. So just make sure you're not caught on your phone. Some places are very chill and they let you play music. Just make sure that you have a playlist, you set it, and then you're good. You're not changing songs, you're not responding to messages, because I'm telling you, if you get caught, it makes the entire experience going forward not nearly as fun and nearly as free. And the last one is zoning out. If you're distracted because you're zoning out, it's probably because it's a long lifeguarding shift. So I highly recommend that you drink water, you move around, you try to find ways to get yourself engaged, because if you're sitting there stationary for like a 3-hour guard shift, it's completely normal to daydream and zone out for a little bit. So just prevent yourself by doing that, by moving around, trying to find a rhythm of scanning the water, preventing injuries, and I guarantee you that will help you with that. Now, the bottom 3 bullet points for this are more of like the execution, and these are very crucial for being a lifeguard. And if you do these mistakes, it will not end well. So the first one that I want to mention here is your slow response time. If you get to the victim very slowly, maybe it's because you weren't paying attention, maybe because you didn't do the right entry, you took not the smartest route, the most direct route to a victim, and they were in danger for a long period of time, that is not good. You need to execute immediately as a lifeguard, because someone's life is in danger, they're in water, and they can't support themselves, so they need you to rescue them and to support them and bring them to safety. So if they are struggling for a long time and you just are slow to react and get to them, that is on you. And if you sharpen up on the first 2 tips, you're very comfortable with your zone and you're not distracted, you're not zoning out, and you're engaged, it will help you with your reaction time. So they all kind of relate to one another. Now, the next one is improper rescue technique. It is very important to keep your skills sharp and to keep your brain sharp. And that is by reviewing materials. If you watch my videos, it's a great resource for you to remind you of the rescues, remind you of the techniques, remind you of CPR, AED. So I highly recommend you check out my videos. But But if you're someone who wants to stay on top of things and make sure that you don't forget a certain rescue, your job will most likely offer in-service trainings. Maybe it's like once a month, maybe it's every other week, depending on the facility. But take advantage of these times to practice with other lifeguards, practice your rescues so that when it's a real life situation, you know what to do and you're comfortable and you're confident and you execute properly. And the thing about not using the right rescue technique, it's one thing if it's a little kid in shallow water and you just pick them up. That doesn't really require a special technique. It's just kind of trusting your natural instincts. But if this is a larger adult, maybe it's like maybe double the size of you, it's a pretty big adult, you need to use the right technique or you're gonna put yourself in danger, especially if they're active. They're gonna be grabbing onto whatever they can because they're kind of in a frantic mode. And if you approach them without using the right technique and they grab a hold of you, it puts you in danger as well. So make sure if you are guarding an adult type pool with lots of bigger people, swimming laps, and let's say you're on the smaller to the petite side, make sure you are comfortable with your techniques so that you can make all the saves necessary. Now, the last one, and arguably one of the most important things, is bad communication. If you are a lifeguard who is shy and you're not communicating with your other lifeguards or not on the same page with everyone else, it's not a good look because lifeguarding is a team environment. You're gonna be working at summer camps, you're gonna be working summer jobs with the same people, and you need to establish yourself as someone who's a part of the team, has camaraderie with everyone else, is friendly, is communicating the EAP, is communicating rotations, and everyone seems to buy into what you're doing. So that make sure you're talking with other lifeguards and also you are enforcing rules and you're not being shy. If there's something that's not allowed, shoot it down right away before it escalates, and it has to involve you to make a save. It's part of preventing things as a lifeguard, and it's very important for you to do your job. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Definitely comment down below if you have any questions, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks so much. Peace out.